that?
No, I'm very excited to be here. I mean, it's very rare to have a player play his entire career in one city. So I'm very excited about it.
Mitch was saying earlier that he thinks this comes close to assuring that you'll finish your career as a Laker. Your mind does just do that?
Pretty much.
Also, you'll be 35 at the end of this. Is it possible this is your last contract? Have you thought about that?
It's possible. I doubt it, but it's possible.
Kobe, in all the time leading up to this to the decision, did you ever have any thoughts of doing anything else?
No, I don't think. I certainly didn't. They didn't. So it wasn't. We weren't tripping on how long it was taking. We knew it was going to get done.
Were you weighing extension versus opting out and resetting this phase?
I didn't weigh anything. I knew I was going to be here. So it was just no rush. We both knew it was going to get done. So.
You've never really wavered, Kobe, from saying you want to be a Laker for life, and that's always been your philosophy.
Yeah, no, it's we both knew. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like we heard a lot of people talk and stuff like that. I think we both did a great job in terms of it not being a distraction, just kind of keeping it below the radar and just working at it diligently.
Kobe, can you talk about the fact that now you're signed for an extended period of time? Powell is, Lamar is, Ron is, Andrew is. The fact that the core group is coming back, did that play into this?
Oh, sure it did. I told one more person I'm waiting for him next. So.
Who was that person?
You take a guess.
That's just PJ by chance?
Did the Bill situation factor into your decision, or the timing of when you signed it? How much of a concern was it that would have to be the coach for any part of this extension?
Well, I mean, it's a big part of me as a player. I enjoy playing for him, and I made it very clear to him today that I would love to see him be back. So,
what was his response about that?
Phil?
Yeah.
He said he's definitely coming back.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Does this kind of day put into any kind of context just your career and your life as a member of this organization?
Yeah, I mean it's really a huge honor. I mean, when I walked in today to sign a contract, they had a picture of on the wall of the first contract I signed when I was 17. I had no facial hair. It was just, and I can remember the day like it was yesterday. Fast forward to today. I mean, it's really a blessing to be in one city.
And that was co-signed too.
Had to be. We had to be signed when I turned 18. So.
Kobe, I know this type of stuff humbles you, but have you thought now that this actually puts you in a position to maybe be the greatest Laker ever? And I know how much respect you have for, Jerry West brought you here, and you're close with Magic. Have you thought about that at all?
No, it's the honor comes in just being a part of that conversation. Truly, I mean, to say that one Laker is the greatest Laker of all time it's impossible because of all the greats that have played here. I think the challenge that I have is making that discussion as interesting as possible, and winning a couple more championships will certainly do that. So hopefully we can get that done.
Kobe, what took so long to get the deal done? Could have happened.
I don't know. We're both lazy, I guess. I mean, we just weren't pressing for it every single day. Something we both knew was going to get done. So.
Since it seemed like both sides were so agreeable, for the first day of training camp, you really didn't want any discussion of this out there. Why was it so important to you that this not put out in the media and that you were
It's not a distraction. We don't want to be a distraction. We got stuff that we need to do, and it's an unnecessary distraction. So there's really no point. We just handled our business behind closed doors.
Along those lines, you're glad to have it done before the playoffs? Mitch said that was a priority.
Yeah, I mean, it's for me, I'm pretty laid back with this stuff. When it happens, it happens. Probably got that from Phil, I guess. Just each day as it comes.
Kobe, Phil was saying that he'd like you to take the summer off. I know you're scheduled to play for the U.S. team. Does he ever talk to you about it? And he wants you to recuperate.
Yeah, we've talked about it actually, and yeah, I mean we'll see. We'll see how the season finishes up, and then obviously my priority is here. see what happens.
So your participation depends on how well or poorly this team does.
How my body feels, and, you know, things like that. And, you know, revisit the finger and see if there's anything we can do in the postseason, something I need to do surgically, stuff like that.
Speaking of the finger, it seemed like it really hurt tonight.
I just got whacked on it. I came across the middle, guys reaching for the ball. In the process, I got whacked on it.